Welcome back, fellow knights. What's up, guys? It's Apollo here. Hope you guys are doing well. And this is the American Civil War. So today we are witnessing a historical scenario. This is a historical battle. This is known as the Battle of Cedar Mountain, or also known as the Battle of Slaughter's Mountain, or also known as the Battle of Cedar Run. So this was early on in the war. It's August 9th, 1862, and the Union here is being commanded by Nathaniel P. Banks. He is leading the Army of Virginia, and they are outnumbered. There's only about 8,000 troops on the Union side, and on the Confederate side, there's about 16,000, so it's about a 2-to-1 ratio. Now, leading the Confederates is one of the most famous generals of the war, and probably one of the best generals on the Confederate side. His name was Stonewall Jackson. Now, early in the battle, the Confederates do break in the center, but the Confederates do a counterattack and eventually win this war, which is not surprising considering the numbers they had, also the pure skill that the Confederate army had. I mean, the Confederates were definitely, in terms of battle and army performance, I think the Confederates were definitely stronger compared to the Union, but the Union had more manpower, had more industry, which in the long run, paid off for the country of America. And the total casualties in this battle on the Union side, there was about 2,353. About 314 were killed, 1,445 wounded, and about 594 missing. On the Confederate side, they had about half the number of losses, about 1,338 total casualties, 231 of those being killed, and the other 1,107 being wounded. So it wasn't exactly the bloodiest battle of the war, but it was a very important battle, I believe. And this really, this was like one of the first battles, if I'm not mistaken, of the Virginian campaign. And Virginia saw 40% of the Civil War battles, which is insane, guys. That is a huge percentage of amount of battles in one state, considering that there was many states involved with the American Civil War. This is starting off nice and slow here with some artillery bombardment. Now, you see that flashing there, guys, with the effects? I had to turn down my graphics because these battles are so intensive, they're so intense, I guess I should say. They're so intense that it causes crashing, so I had to keep the graphics down a little bit, which you'll see some weird graphic, I don't know, that doesn't look great. The smoke doesn't look great here, but hopefully it's not too bad. Again, I'd rather have a battle than not one at all. You have no idea how many times I've tried to record these Civil War battles and they have crashed, and I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not gonna do it. Because they're long. They're like hour plus, and when you get towards the end and then it crashes and then the entire video is just lost, it's just a real bummer. But it looks like we're good to go here. The U.S. forces are pushing pretty hard center, so let's see what they've got here. So we've got the 102nd from New York, the 109th from Pennsylvania. We also have the 3rd from Maryland, and we've got the 100th and 11th from Pennsylvania as well. Now Pennsylvania being very close to Virginia. Then we got the 5th Ohio, 29th Ohio, the 66th Ohio, and then we have the 7th Ohio. So a lot of Ohio, lots of Pennsylvania, pushing hard on the center. And the Confederates are doing a little bit of a tactical retreat. So we got the 13th Virginia, the 31st Virginia, and 25th Virginia. So a lot of Virginia boys. Holding the center. He's also falling back some artillery pieces here, or an artillery piece. He's got a nice setup here. So I think he's, some Georgia boys here. So he's setting up a nice line of defense. So the 14th Georgia, 49th Georgia, 35th Georgia. So yeah, the Thomas Brigade. So he's going to hold in the tree line. Artillery is going to continue to shell their position here as they prepare to hold. And I really don't like this flashing. That looks really bad. But what could you do? He's got a lot of troops in these tree lines. He might try to swing around with his forces and really try to get behind the Union, but we'll see how this plays out. A lot of Virginia over here as well. We can't see all of the Union troops. They've got a nice artillery position here, right in the wheat, it looks like, or corn. So they're really just shelling in a nice hidden position, though as soon as you fire the the cannons, it pretty much gives away your position. So the Confederates know where they are. You got another artillery piece over here, another piece over here, and that looks about it. The Union still marching forward, still trying to get in position here. So I forgot to mention, guys, that the Civil War mod, this mod, they recently came out with an update. So this is the updated version. It's 2.0. They added more battles, they added more maps, more units, and also I want to mention that these battles are about 50% strength of the actual battle. So what you see here, there's actually double the amount that you see on the battlefield. Some battles are a little bit less. I think Shiloh is like 35%, or Antietam is about 35%, because there's just so many troops on the battlefield. But most of the battles here are about 50% strength. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, so the Union pushing hard. Artillery, their own artillery, getting dangerously close to his forces here. But yeah, they're going to keep going and just go for that center, which is a gutsy move. And I'm curious to see if the Union has any reserves back here. Now, we don't see a lot of troops from them. Excuse me, that voice crack, that was beautiful. We don't see a lot of troops from him, but I'm sure they're waiting somewhere. Maybe, are they hidden in the valley here? It's very possible. But this force right here, this is not going to cut it. Like, this is not going to be able to break through the Confederate lines. And I'm kind of surprised to see the Confederates so passive here. Also, if we look over on this side, Confederates have a pretty decent force on the right side in the Confederate point of view. So we got some North Carolina. We got the 14th Louisiana, the 7th Louisiana, 15th Alabama. And then we've got, we got a general here. Nice. All right, cool. So let's go back to the center, because it looks like we are getting some shots here. Yep, you can see the smoke in the trees. The Confederate forces opening fire at the Union position. And again, we are dealing with the sound glitch here, which is really unfortunate, but it happens. It should correct itself later on. There we go. Hearing some shots over here. So it looks like we missed the volley there. We saw the end of the volley. Union forces now pushing up, trying to consolidate their forces. There we go. Shots coming in. Union now firing back. The 7th Ohio first to fire at the Confederates. Now we got the 66th. Oh my God. Why can I not say 66th Ohio? Just kill me now. 29th Ohio. They're opening fire. They're now falling back, reforming the line. And they definitely need to get that artillery support. We do have a general nearby. Oh, here's Banks. Nathaniel P. Banks. Right on the rear of the center line, giving the inspiration, the hope to break this Confederate force. Oh, wait. What's this? We do have another Union line here. 3rd Wisconsin. 5th Connecticut. Oh no. And the Confederates are starting to... Oh, the artillery. Okay, so they just got shelled to pieces, so they're going to break off the battlefield. So that's a big victory for the Union. Artillery is just absolutely key in these types of battles. So losing it like that could be costly later on in this battle. In the long game, you know? In the late game. But yeah, the Union really focusing a lot of their firepower in the center position. Also over on this side, they're in the tree line, which is going to make things a little bit difficult here for the Union and for the Confederates. It's just, it's hard to see anything. Also, the terrain, not only is the trees in the way, but it looks like the terrain is kind of blocking their sight as well. But we do see some Confederate forces. Who do we got here? We got the 16th North Carolina and the 22nd North Carolina pushing up and trying to attack the flank here of the Union. Union has some forces holding the wing. The 27th Indiana. They're going to be the ones protecting this flank. Listen to those shots. Oh, that is beautiful. We going to be protecting that right flank. But we still have a lot of Confederates over here, and he is peeling more and more forces to help out in this fight. Another North Carolinian, 34th North Carolina pushing up, ready to support this defense against the Union. And there you have it. So far, it seems like it's playing out pretty historically, I suppose. The Union being on the offense. Let's see if they can start breaking some of the Confederate soldiers here. But the Union might have to fall back just considering they're so greatly outnumbered. Got the Confederate officer here. Nice little volley there from the 49th Georgia, representing Georgia. Back over here, we've got 13th Virginia, 31st Virginia. And whenever you say these names, you just want to give it a little southern accent, you know. 25th Virginia. The artillery right in front of these men, standing strong like a stone wall. Ah! So harassing the flank here, the left flank of the Union forces. All right, so the Union holding strong here, even though they're outnumbered. I don't know how much longer they can hold in this force, though. And if I was the Confederates, I would be going. I would be trying to flank around the Union forces as quickly as possible, because you do not want this force to fall back. Because if they fall back, well, it's going to be a much more difficult engagement. You want to try to get behind them so they have nowhere else to go, and they're going to have to fight. And, you know, it's much easier to rout your opponent than to completely kill your opponent. So what you want to do is just basically let them have a place where they can escape, not completely surround them, but flank them around so they can't fall back effectively. They're going to lose a lot of casualties, and by the time they're out of the forest, they're done for. They're not going to come back. Oh, what's this? Oh, the artillery getting dangerously close. Confederate forces flanking around on this left side. We got the 12th Georgia and the 52nd Virginia about to open fire. Are they in range? Let's see. Oh yeah. They're going after the 102nd New York. The Union is going to need more. He's got his artillery way back in reserve here supporting the fight. We do have a single regiment. This is the 104th New York. General falling back from the front line. And there we go. U.S. is falling back. I knew that was going to happen. As soon as the Confederates started to flank around, if only they were a little bit quicker about it. I mean, it's just hard. It's hard to maneuver in these trees effectively and quickly. So the Union now falling back from the tree line. And that's a smart move because the Confederates are just... I mean, it's 2-1, guys. The Confederates just greatly outnumber these guys. So I think even in the center, they need to fall back to their artillery. They need to reposition, hold a hill, and let the Confederates come to them. There we go. There we go. And the Union commanders call the retreat. Fall back. Fall back. And I think they were just waiting. They need to limber up this artillery, though. See, they probably should have done that first. Limbered up the artillery, get that going, and then fall back. Just so you can protect the artillery. And there we go. Look, the Confederates are not letting them fall back, though. We've got a really aggressive push by the 10th Virginia, 37th Virginia, and the 48th Alabama. About to open fire at the retreating Union forces. Also on this flank as well. Opening fire over here. Oh man, the pistol. Did you hear that pistol? Was that from their commander? Reform the lines. Awesome. Love it. Alright, so the Union now falling back, and it looks like they stopped falling back, though. They're going to make their stand here. They actually have a pretty good angle on the flanking Confederates. The Confederates are now going to fall back themselves and probably reposition so their side isn't exposed to the Union Army. And they might regroup with their other forces here. But yeah, it looks like it's time for the Confederates to push forward and start the attack. I mean, you've got the numbers. Oh, wait. What's this? Oh, look at this. I knew the Union had more troops. There's just no way. From deep in the valley, Union flags fly high. Look at that. Woof. Reinforcements arrived. They've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 regiments on the battlefield right here. So 12th Massachusetts. We've got the 90th Pennsylvania, New York, PA, 11 PA, West Virginia, Massachusetts, and another Pennsylvania. So there they go, pushing it into the front line. I think that's where the Union's gonna hold. I think for sure this is where the Union's gonna hold. They've got the artillery set up here. They might have some forces in the tree line here, which I think would be huge. Even just like 1 or 2 regiments. You know, if the Confederates over like pursuit or over, what's the word I'm going for? Overcommit to this little flank here, then you could just out of the woodwork just pop up, you know, some Union regiments, get on this hill and try to, you know, fire from the flank. But I think we're starting to see all the units, all the players are starting to reveal all the cards up their sleeves essentially, and I think pretty soon we're going to see a pretty aggressive battle line for the fate of Cedar Mountain. But Confederates still have some forces over on this flank as well. Let's not forget that. Though it does look like most of the forces here have been pushed up to the center line. They are sending back 3 regiments. We've got mostly from Louisiana and Georgia, the 21st Georgia. So they're falling back over to this main line, and they're going to probably group up and prepare for a pretty nice fight. Again, I don't know why the Confederates are not pushing. Oh, look at this. Yep. See, there was more Union forces, though. I wish he didn't reveal them. But I guess it's more of like a, you know, oh, there's another one popping up. So, yeah, there we go. Open and fire! That's right. They might still have some hidden units here and there. Oh, there's another one. Here we go. Confederates might want to push up these troops over here. This is Stonewall's brigade. You are the 1st Brigade. 104th New York about to get in range. This is a lot of Union troops. This could be dangerous for the Confederates. The Confederates using the tree line, though, which will give them a little bit of protection, a little bit of shelter against the volleys of bullets going into them. But let's kind of just see what else is going on in the battlefield. So yeah, it looks like that's going to be the hot spot of the fight. Union still pushing up their troops over on the right side from their point of view. And oh, there we go. Look at that. It just showering. Like, words are hard today. Just spraying down bullets. Gotta use a different analogy there, or metaphor. Spraying down bullets on the 4th Virginia. These guys are outnumbered, though they do have the tree line. Go ahead and hide this mini-map for a little while. Get some cinematics. You can see the Union forces up on the hill. A very terrifying sight if you are a Southern soldier. Through the smoke, you can see all the Union flags. Might want to push up this unit up here. I don't know. This hill's kind of making it difficult. Still calm over here. Even looks like the Confederates have fallen back a little bit. The rest of the line holding the line. Rest of the line forces, the line infantry. More and more Confederate forces going back to the back lines of their army. So I wonder if they're going to use these guys just to hold this flank, or maybe they're going to send these guys around to whoever needs reinforcements. It's going to be like a reserve force. We also have the troops over here who are not pushing on the flank of the Union. Instead, they're actually falling back to their lines. And you'd see the Confederates. This battle replay is in the point of view of the Confederate army. So he is like balance of power is not in his favor. Now I do want to. I'm not sure if the ratio here is the same as the actual battle, or maybe because like maybe this was just the initial battle, because you know how the Confederates did a counterattack. So I wonder if this is just the initial part of the battle. I'm not really too sure. Let's go to the Union side, see what their point of view is looking like. You could just hear, imagine the Union commanders and the colonels and officers just being like, fire in the tree line! Give them hell! Give those traitors hell! Fire in the tree! We will preserve the Union! Awesome. You know what the great thing about this mod is that you do not need music in the background. With just the music is the crackle of the guns. It really just sets the mood here of this battle. It's really awesome. Though I don't think they're landing a lot of hits over on this side, both the Confederates or the Union, because of this slope here. I think a lot of the shots are just going in the dirt. Over on this side, it's looking really good. So Union just really hitting them hard. And there we go, finally. Nathaniel P. Banks has given the command for the 2nd Division to push up and start putting pressure on the Confederate lines, the defensive lines. Oh! Confederate artillery. They're thirsty, though. They're real thirsty. And they want to land some hits. And now the Union has broke a little bit of their line to face the Confederate push on this. What would this be? On the Union point of view, this would be the left flank. This would be the right flank from the Confederates. So they're pushing hard. And oh, look at this. Another line popping out of nowhere. So the Union is ready. Oh, look. DC. First DC. This is gonna be a bloody fight over here, guys. If you're in this battle, just hope that you're not in this flank, because this is gonna be a very important fight. And I think whoever's gonna win this flank might have a solid chance of winning this overall battle, just because it's a flank battle, and outflanking your opponent is so important. But check out this battle line. Let's go ahead and turn on the mini map. You can see it a little bit better there too. A very long battle line of forces. Nice open ground here, but no cav on the battlefield, it looks like. So doesn't look like they're going to be using any sneaky cav to try to charge in. Back over on this side. Oh wait, whoa! Either the Union, did they disappear? They must have fallen back and have disappeared in the corn, or this is the hay, the wheat. But yeah, they must have disappeared there, because I didn't see them retreat. So yeah, you would see them right now retreating. We don't see them. But yeah, I guess the Union kind of fell back a little bit. Confederates also, they fell back. They're kind of going on higher ground here. Union's gonna keep pushing their advance. They've got the numbers. And there we go. Look at the Confederates pushing so hard on this right flank from their point of view. I would even try to get them on the you know, the peak of this hill, the edge of it, so they have that high ground and they can just look at. I mean, the Union's pretty low. They're low on the ground here. You get that high ground, it can make a difference. It can make a big difference. Makes the shots, like, I can't even see Union soldiers from this point of view. Yeah, I see nothing. So they might as well march up, take this hill, use it against them. Ooh, look at all those shots. Artillery, oh, they're really trying to break these guys. The artillery mixed in with the heavy firepower from the infantry, really trying to break these soldiers, get them off the battlefield. But this is a pretty brutal fight on this side. But look at this, the Confederates going with a very quick tactical decision. We got the 37th North Carolina, 28th North Carolina, and the 33rd North Carolina pushing hard on the Union left flank, and this could mean trouble. It almost seems like the Union kind of fell into a trap here, because as the Confederates, as they fell back, they pushed up a couple of, you know, about 3 regiments to swing around, and that's exactly what it's doing. The Union either needs to peel some troops away from this front line and just bend their lines to deal with this, or they have to completely fall back. But it just seems like they've committed too much already. They're in the fight. There's no turning back. These guys might want to stand their ground and just fire. Fire, keep them in place, and let the other two get around. They might go for a general snipe. Williams, get out of there! What are you doing, Williams? He's gonna fall back. Oh, there we go. Yep. Union's gonna peel some troops, bend their lines, which definitely helps the Confederates. Oh, Confederates breaking, or not breaking, but they're retreating once again. A tactical retreat, not a, you know, not a retreat. We do have some Confederates breaking over here, and I knew it. I just knew it. There's no way the 15th Alabama could take on such death and just getting battered and picked apart from the artillery and from the Union lines. So the Confederates really just doing the best they can here, but it just seems like the Union just so strong at this point. We do have a couple lines here in reserve. I don't know if these guys broke earlier on in the battle and they've kind of returned. He's just keeping them as a reserve force. Oh man, this is just a brutal fight here, guys. So much smoke and so many troops in one area. Let's see how that Confederate flank is going over on this side. Let's see if this kind of helps them out, because they definitely need something to turn this battle around. And there we go, 33rd North Carolina pushing up. Look at this. I think they just want to get above the hill, and they want to keep causing the Union to just keep, you know, having to peel back their troops. Really good positioning here. See, you got to kind of put in the... You got to put in the micro for these smaller regiments, you know? Since this is a slower paced game, because it's dealing with line infantry, you've got to try to, with a couple units, try to do some missions like this, some flanking around special ops missions, try to get behind the enemy, and that's what he did. The Union now having to fall back. Very smart move by the Union though. I was either thinking, one, they charge or they fall back, but charging is kind of like a final, like this is it. This is our only solution. Or like when we charge, the battle's gonna be over, and we're just not at that point yet. I'm sure we will see some bayonets going in, but it's usually towards the end of the battle when one side's trying to get the final kill on the enemy. All right, more Confederate forces starting to waver. That was just the horse artillery, it looks like. So not a huge deal, but losing that artillery, it's going to be rough for these Confederates. Also, the Union artillery in a pretty good position. That's probably why he has his Union forces so low, kind of on the bottom of this hill, to prevent friendly fire of the artillery. So bloody fight in the cornfield here. 12th Massachusetts holds. 83rd New York holds, but for how long? Oh, we're starting to see some wavering over here. 11th Pennsylvania has taken a lot of casualties, a ton of casualties. Let's go back over here. We're look at this, guys. The Union. Ooh, this is a gutsy move. The Union is peeling 3 line regiments, pretty depleted, but they're peeling them away from this main fight here, which leaves the 111th Pennsylvania to be the final regiment on the right side of the line. Now that could mean that the Confederates, if I was a Confederate player, I would push. Maybe he's waiting for the Union to fully commit over here, but I would push my troops and try to get like in the center ground and just start sniping out the artillery, going after the flank of the Union lines. But it seems like the Confederates are more concerned of the flanking troops that are headed over here. And you can see, yep, the Confederates are falling back from their advantage because they are about to be outpositioned. And pretty soon, guys, these soldiers are going to be running out of ammo. Like, they have been fighting a long time. Oh, look at this, look at this. What is going on here? Okay, the Union has decided to stand their ground. This could be a nice little victory for the Confederates, though, considering that they outnumber this flanking force. Oh, but what are the Confederates doing? That angle is not the best. I would just line up to take these guys on, get them off the battlefield. I mean, it's not like it's the strongest force ever. You could take them out pretty effectively and then move on with your day, which is flanking around the Union. If I was the Union, I'd start pushing up troops. I'd maybe send the 3rd and we got the 10th Maine and the 3rd Wyoming or Wisconsin. So send them up and you know, try to get them to push on this open area of the Confederates. So the Confederates still holding over here. Oh, the Union's starting to really be a little shaky here. Confederates have really just used this high ground, and you can tell it's working. If Star Wars taught me one thing, it's that high ground. More so in the real world, because there's no magical men that can jump like 20 feet in the air with the lightsaber. But yeah, the Union's starting to fall back. The United States falling back. Not so United States, am I right? Yeah, they're falling back, and they're probably going to rely heavily on their artillery to really soften up the Confederate lines, but it's got to do it quick because these Confederate forces are doing a pretty good job of softening them up. Same thing over here. The Confederates are holding. It seems like the Union's doing a little bit better over on this side. This is a little concerning here. Oh, yep. Are they already breaking? Yep. Union. See, that was a gutsy move by the Union. This flanking force, right? So he had them over here, initially over here, but you get what I'm saying. Had them over here at the edge of the flank. Decided to move them to support the troops that are getting outflanked over here, and by doing that, it left them in open water, essentially. It left them right in the middle, open, and the Confederates are just leaping on this opportunity. And soon, I'm pretty sure both of these regiments are going to break just because they're outnumbered and they're outflanked. Let's see how quickly they can do it, though. The Confederates, they need to do it quickly. because their lines over in the tree line need support. Oh, they're falling back. That's a smart move. Just get them back. Try to save them. Try to save them. You'll be surprised how long a regiment of 37 can hold. So he needs to go back, maybe join up with this line. Oh, wow. This line is falling back as well. But look at this tree line, guys. Look at this. That's intense. Ooh, someone got hit there. So, oh no, the Confederates. They're really thinning out in the forest here. They've got to win on this side if they want any chance of winning this battle. They've got the high ground over here. Again, the Union, they fell back. They're kind of consolidating their forces. Over on this side, they're still putting up a good fight. I don't know, it's tough. I mean, I think this is huge right here. These forces, they finally defeated the Union. Now they are going to regroup with the line. So these were the two that were kind of caught in the middle. So he's going to regroup with the line. The Confederates are now falling back. The victorious Confederate forces that defeated the Union over in the center, they're going to fall back. And we might see a mass retreat from the Confederates. And this is where things get a little crazy, right? Because you're in the forest. It's really thick. It's hard to see nearby forces because of the cover of the vegetation. We might be seeing bayonet charges in here. We might be seeing some crazy flanks. And it's usually the army that has the more, like the bigger army, the more troops, that it's harder for them because there's so much to manage in here. And your forces are so obvious because it's such a large force. But yeah, the Confederates are just falling back. They are getting out of that situation. And the Union doing the opposite over on this side. They are falling back. So I think they're going to go to the safety of their artillery. Maybe start using canister shot. Really not too sure, but I think it's pretty smart for them to fall back. You can see they're kind of making their lines a little bit thinner instead of being so wide. And they're going to try to use the slight high ground against the Confederates. Now, will the Confederates pursue? That's the question. What do you do here? Do you go in with an attack? You know what? We'll do a poll question right here. We'll do a poll question right here. Do you go in as the Confederates? Do you push your attack? Or do you sit still and just do nothing, really? So we'll see what the player does in the replay, but I don't know. It's tough because if you go in, you got to deal with the artillery. If you sit back, you've got to deal with the artillery. Am I right? So you got, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. Maybe you just stay where you are. Maybe that's the option. Just stay where you are. But we do have some Confederate forces pushing up. 3 regiments. We've got 31st Virginia, 25th Virginia, and the 58th Virginia. Do we still have any? Oh, the 12th Georgia. They're very depleted, though. 5th Louisiana. George, 21st Georgia. Okay, there we go. We got a couple Georgian boys here. The Union's looking strong, though. They're looking really strong. Yeah, they're just going to keep falling back, and that's honestly the only thing they can do in this situation. So back over on this side, again, this is going to be so crucial. If the Confederates want any chance of winning this battle, they've got to get these Union forces out of here. They've got to get them off this hill. They've got to get them retreating. But I just don't think they have the firepower to do it. They've got 1 artillery piece. They've got 1 unit of artillery. But the Union, they've got so much. And they're, oh, this is going to be a race here, guys. Wait, is the Union unlimbering? Or are they limbering up? What is he doing? Why is he limbering up? He should have just unlimbered, set up the canister shot, and blow these guys up. Now, I like the fact that the Confederate player is going with this long, thin line because it makes canister shot less effective. I think that's really smart from this player. So he's gonna, or commander, I should say, right? He's gonna, look at that push. Look at that push. Oh, what is the Union doing? Come on, just fire. Just set up and fire. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Oh, the canister shot, though, hurting the morale. He's going in with the bayonet charge. Here we go, guys. The first bayonet charge of the battle in this Union artillery. They're going to get him by surprise. Wow. I don't know if this is a strong enough force to take him out, but that's going to be huge. Confederates, what are they doing? They're shifting their troop. Well, that's definitely going to help out. That was a good move by the Confederate player. No, they are starting to break, though. Do they have it in them to take it out? We do have a little bit of a sound glitch here, guys. Can't hear them screaming too much. Ooh, they've broken. They're close to breaking one. No, they're two. Oh, this is very, very close. Look at this. So back. There we go. They break one Union artillery piece. Now they can focus on this one. There you go. That's two Union artillery pieces. And the other artillery now opening fire. But the cav. Oh, this might be the problem. The cav looks like it's glitching out. I think that's what it is. That might be why he had the difficulty here. I'm not really sure, but the cav's still standing in front. Move the cav out of the way. Let's see. They're gonna just open fire. Yes, they are. Oh man. Oh, they're gonna be singing songs about the 7th Louisiana. Where were you when the 7th Louisiana charged the Union artillery? Holy crap. And now they're going in for a charge because they're limbering up. They're trying to get out of there. They've got to go fast, though. And look at the Union. They're falling back. Wow, what a crazy change. Really great plays here by the Confederate commander, and he is going to get them. They're not going to be able to make it. Nice long, so he's going to get 2 units here. He's not just going to get the one. He's going to get both Union artillery pieces. They are going to try to escape, but they might just be able to get out of there. Okay, line up for a shot. Let's see if they can get a volley off here. Oh, no, they're close to breaking, though. Come on, turn and fight. Turn and... Wait, you're looking the wrong way. That's all right. That was still really good. Not only did he take out 2 artillery pieces, but he also took out multiple pieces. Or I should say artillery units. But he took out multiple pieces on these 2 units. And that's going to really help the battle for the Confederates. All because of 1 unit, which is known as the 7th Louisiana. Let's remember these boys for their actions here today. We will make statues of this regiment. Alright, so the Confederates have fallen back deeper and deeper into the forest. Union now falling back as well. I think he's going to join up. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, that's the 21st North Carolina. I thought it was the LA boys. But no, they're going to keep pushing. That's what they do. So yeah, Union falling back to their other half of the army. We do have another artillery piece here who need to unlimber, get ready for Confederates pushing on their flank. Already got some Confederates over here lining up some shots, landing some shots. You would think at this point, though, the forces would start to run out of ammo. That artillery landing very close to these forces. So it's hard to really tell what's going on here. Balance of power is pretty even. That's pretty crazy. I don't know if it's because the Union lost that artillery or what, but the Confederates are now starting to set up their artillery. It's going to be really important that these guys land their hits. It's still going to be a tough battle. Union have set up their protective line here. And this is going to be... I mean, this is such a... like a mirror match, right? On one side, the Union's doing well and pushing the Confederates back. On the other side, it's the opposite. And now the two forces have joined up on both sides, where it's going to come down to the final engagement here. So there they go. They're pushing. They just got to get them in position. Take your time. No need to rush them. You don't want them tired for the fight. But they do need to push, because I don't know how long the Confederates can hold in the tree line. Because the Union is here and they're knocking on their door. It's getting a little bit closer. Man, present. I didn't say fire. Present. Present. Oh well. Oh, that guy got shot in the face. Fire! And you can just see how thin the Confederate lines are. Very, very thin. Very much outnumbered. But can they hold until reinforcements arrive? And I think the Confederates, what they need to try to do here is sneak around some units in this valley. Maybe get around and flank this position here. I mean, the Union still has a very healthy amount of artillery. So it's going to be tough to attack that position. And that's why, I mean, that is why the Union is focusing most of their artillery on this flank. Because they know this is the weaker flank. Though they are... Oh my god, that does not look safe. Why? Look at that. Look at... Where's that lined up to? Them. Okay, there they go. They're turning it. I was like, what are you doing? Ooh, wow. Union took a big hit there from artillery. That was the 84th Pennsylvania. So let's see. See if they can... The Union artillery can also land some important hits here. There's the 5th Louisiana, and there's the famous 7th Louisiana, who did very brave deeds charging artillery like that. I hope they make it. I hope they make it in this battle. I really do. And look at all these Confederate forces pushing forward. Look at that. Oh, Confederates losing on this flank now. Union really needs to push. I mean, take the advantage, push. Take life by the horn. Take the bull by the horns, whatever. Just push. More and more forces starting to break over on this side. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are called. All right, so the Confederates really need to get going here. They got to get going because look at, I'm seeing a lot of waver. I mean, look how tiny these regiments are. This is ridiculous. They can easily break through here. I think they can do it. Artillery is going to give them hell, though. Oh, keep going. Don't just stand there. You're just letting the artillery beat you. There we go. They're starting to break. I mean, they're tiny regiments, so it's not a huge deal, but... And the Union starting to push over on this right flank. (14th Georgia. Giving them hell. 35th Georgia. 49th Georgia. All right, the Georgia boys causing a lot of these Union boys to break. Now, to be fair, they are pretty depleted. So, But I like the fact that he's got reserves here. Again, it's a little risky because of all the artillery, just, you know, letting them line up and get some hits. Though he did stretch them out, so that's going to help out against the artillery. But you don't want to sit still for too long. You got to keep going. And the Georgia boys, they're kind of screening. They're screening for their allies. #26 New York, 107th Pennsylvania, still pushing hard. This is going to be a tough fight for them, even though they've kind of got the Confederates outnumbered in this area. It's going to be tough taking on this hill. You know, you got the heavy forest, you have the hill. It's going to be, well, it's going to be tough for them. Who's firing right behind AP Hill? All right, AP Hill. General Hill. Doesn't look like him, though. Ooh, Confederates really pushing hard here. So, again, it's going to be... I think it's all going to come down to who can break who quicker, right? Well, obviously, but you get what I'm saying, right? If the Confederates break them here, then they can wrap around, and this assault is over. But if the Union can break the Confederates here, then they can, you know, vice versa. They can do the same thing, flank around, and then cause the victory. So this is going to be a really close battle here. We're going to see, oh, the flank, though, is not working. His troops are starting to break, though the Union is starting to waver here. Oof. Oh, these Confederates are just tough, man. They seem outnumbered, but yet they're pushing on the, you know, they're being aggressive. Now the Georgia regiment's getting a little bit closer. Let's see if they can just start poking holes through the Union lines. There's a chance. It's a pretty good spot for the DC troops. 7th Indiana. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, no. Is that the 7th? Oh, no, that's the 8th. Who broke, though? Did the 7th break yet? Oh, they're right here. Now they have the task of taking on... Look at the 7th, man. The 7th Louisiana. The heroes of the day, the hour. Literally, it's almost been an hour. Let's see, though, if they can break these guys. I'm rooting for them. They've just done so much for the Confederate forces here today. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Okay, so this is huge. Union is being super aggressive because they realize they're losing on that flank. And because of it, the Confederates have 2 units of reserve. Very small, but it doesn't matter if you outflank the enemy. Look at, they came from the woods right behind. And now they're opening fire at the flank of the... Oh, this is going to be some fierce fighting right here. Very fierce fighting. It's gonna be very tough. If I was the Union, I'd just charge. Bayonet charge. Break this line. It's only a couple troops. You can do it. Charge. Charge, Union commander. Send in your division. Sir, what division? I don't have a division. Uh-oh. Did the 7th break? Did they break? Where are they? Oh, don't tell me that's them. No, that's the 8th. Where's the 7th? 5th? There they are. Okay. Ooh, they're losing morale, though. Like, we keep losing, man. Haven't we done enough? We took out artillery. Now we got to take on this Union defense. We gotta fight for my rats. For my rats. All right, they're pushing up. About to get in range. Union falling back over here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The lines are wavering. The Confederates are doing what they can on this flank, but the Union kind of peeled the unit over here. They've been doing it all game against these Confederate counter flanks. flanks. Oh no, they're breaking. Just charge, Union. The boys in blue, just charge. That's a good little flanking fire there, but it's not going to hold for long. They have such healthy numbers. I don't know why they just don't go in with the bayonet charge. It's giving hope to the Confederates because now the artillery is open. Look at this. The Union having to fall back into the tree line. The artillery is getting picked apart by our famous 7th Louisiana. Just charge. Look at these. Look at the numbers you have. Oh, there's a little bayonet charge. I mean, it's going to be an obvious Confederate. I don't know why we can't hear the screaming anymore. I don't know if that's a glitch or they just got rid of it. Oh, the commander, look at, he's like, I got one. He looks very English, though. Those mutton chops. Look at him. He's going to fall back. Just charge in, man. Just send him in. Fix the bayonets. Come on. So this is down to the wire, guys. Down to the wire. This could be over. I honestly believe this battle could be over right now if they just charged in. It will give them that quick break that they need. And then he can wrap the units around and support over on this side where he's losing. Alright, so we're about 56 minutes into the battle. We're close to the end. It's been a long journey here, guys, but we're soon to the destination. And again, it's about the journey, right? It's not about the destination. Oh, oh, oh! Here we go, bayonets! Fix bayonets! There they go, they're gonna charge right into 2nd Virginia. 2nd Virginia, they don't look like they're terrified at all. I guess I'll do the yelling because it's not working. The rest of the units need to charge though. Why aren't they? Look how effective this could be. Well, they're losing, but if they just charged in the rest of their troops. Alright, I'm gonna stop mentioning it because I'm sure it's getting annoying. It's close though. If they could just have some reinforcements. Look at, they're breaking them. They're breaking them. Oh, it's so close over on this flank. Look, they got the lone Confederate in the back line. It's like, I got me a Yankee. Another one down. You Billy Yank. Look, you got another one. Oh, no. Oh, he just wrecked. And he dies. He dies right as soon as these guys start to break. The Confederates hold like a stone wall. They fired the backs of them just for pouring salt in their wounds. Oh, man. Confederates pushing hard on the flank. Look at this. He's got these thin, depleted regiments. We've got more forces coming over in the center. Union, what is this, Union? What is this? This is not a good formation. Oh no. Just bayonet charge, Union. You could end this. And now the Confederates are falling back because they know they're winning over on that side. They don't have to win over here. They just got to keep these guys occupied. And because he's not charging in with bayonets, well, they're going to continue to be occupied. A nice little bird's eye view. Like we're a hawk flying over there. Get some close-ups though. Let's see the intense fighting. This battle is coming to a head. Still way too close to tell. Uh-oh. More Confederates starting to break though. Come on, Union. Just give them the cold steel. Look how healthy these lines are. There's like hundreds of troops here. You could end this right now. Yeah, I don't know why players are so afraid to bayonet charge. I mean, I get why the Confederates aren't doing it because they're outnumbered. And they've got to use range, right? They've got to use the skill of their the musket. The rifle. I mean, I keep saying, like, I just don't see how the Confederates can win this one, but they keep surprising me. Oh, by the way, where's the 7th? There they are, the 7th. They're still in it. They're still in it, guys. Holy crap. That's amazing. And they're flanking around, too. They're causing men to break. Look at, they're causing the Union forces to break. And I think the Union is sending over some reserves. Got the 27th Indiana coming over to support that breaking flank. Ooh, the 7th, man. They're on fire today. If I was the Union, I'd get really close, right? I'd get my troops super close to the Confederates. I'd get about right here, okay? Get about right here, do a volley, maybe wait for their volley, and then charge in. That would be awesome. Oh, there's artillery over here. Look at this. Random ass Union artillery. It's also kind of funny, the Confederates and the Union shifted sides. They shifted sides. Oh, more Confederates breaking. Who is it, though? Oh, it's the 5th. Okay. The 7th will not break. Oh, they might break here, though. Wow, Union getting dangerously close. You were not going to break the 7th. Some say the 7th have 7 lives. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't break, 7. Don't you do it. You're fighting for all those Southern belles at home in Louisiana. Fighting for your rats. Fighting for your rats. They're still holding on, though. They're down to 48 men. Oh, come on, hold. Hold, 7th, hold. Oh, their morale went up. They're like, we landed some good hits there. Whee! Yip, yip, yip. We like big. They're still in it. Oh no, they're taking heavy casualties. No, they break. And the legend of the 7, the 7th Louisiana, is over. Though there's no shame in breaking. They fought long and hard. They took out an artillery position. They took out multiple Union positions. They just didn't have enough. Those Union boys just keep coming out of the woodwork. That's too bad. I was rooting for them. I was hoping the 7th would be one of the last. I mean, they technically were, but they got a lot done there. A lot done. Goodbye, 7th. They might return. You never know. They're routing. They're not shattered. They're also fleeing with the 12th to Georgia. Oh no, more and more Confederate forces breaking. Multiple gaps in the Confederate lines. The Union could end this battle right now with just one single bayonet charge. That's all it would take. The troops are just so healthy here. Uh-oh. Confederates are going in with the bayonet charge. This is insane. Confederates are not looking like they're going to win this battle. Look at the balance of power. Let's see if they can change that with a glorious bayonet charge, though. Is everyone charging? No, just this one unit. Oh, they need more. They need more. It's so close to breaking them. It's so close. Come on. No. No. 49th Georgia, you're bringing shame to Georgia. No. Okay. Well, they broke them. They broke the 10th Maine. The 10th Maine, not the 20th Maine, am I right? A little bit of bayonet charge over here with depleted units. Both forces break. Oh, this is so close, guys. It shouldn't be, but it is. Come on, hold. Balance of power is looking worse and worse for the Confederate forces. Let's see, did the 7th return? Is that the 7th? No. Now we got a bunch. Oh, they're not gonna return, are they? Don't do it, 7th. Come back. Come on. Maybe just something they're like, wait, we can turn this around. Just wait. Just come back. Come back, Jack. Come back. No, come on, seriously. They're not. They're gonna break off the battlefield. More and more Confederates starting to break here and there. That's a general. Fuel breaking. Confederates hanging on by a thread. Another bayonet charge. 2 units going in this time. Give them the cold steel. For the Southern Belles at home, for our rats. Let's see. This is huge. Another regiment coming in. We got the 58th Virginia. They're like, this battle ain't over yet, dang it. You Yankee boys don't know what a true fighting is. Oh, they broke them. They're breaking over here. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. There they go. There they go. They're moving on to the next regiment, which is the 110th Pennsylvania. This is huge, guys. Ooh, but they're getting hit from the rear. 88th Pennsylvania. Attacking these guys from the rear. And that's why they're breaking. Oh, no. Massive amount of breaking over on this side as well. Again, this should have happened like 10 minutes ago. You know, maybe even 15 minutes ago. And it looks like the Union's going to be able to hold on here. And this is going to, well, I don't know if this is the beginning part of the Battle of Cedar Mountain. You know, like, because the Union takes an early victory, but later on the Confederates rally and do a counterattack and win. I don't know if like for gameplay purposes they kept the armies pretty balanced in numbers, but this is like one of the rare times where the Confederates outnumbered the Union forces. Most of the time the Confederates were outnumbered and winning, which is crazy. Winning. So the Confederates are down to 3 regiments. They're breaking over here, so we're going to go ahead and just fast forward, guys,
our men are running
to the end. And there you have it. There you have it. The final stand. Got artillery set up over here, but it's just not going to be enough. And look at them, the center breaking. And then we got a charge by the 6th Louisiana in honor of the 7th. Charge! There's the screaming I was talking about. The yelling. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to break him, though. Union just knows that they just know they're winning this one. Well, it's actually, let's see. Another Confederate line about to charge in. Fix bayonets, give them the gold steel. We can't lose here today. Charge! Did they win? Oh, they won over here. Wait, hold on. This ain't over yet. It's over. It's pretty much over. So yeah, we're getting a little last like hurrah over here. Yeah, there they go. They're starting to break now. Artillery's breaking. Last soldier's breaking, and that's going to be the Battle of Cedar Mountain. So I'm curious to see the number of troops they had. There's another bayonet charge here. Little pockets of soldiers. Oh, it's still the 6. 6 still fighting in honor of the 7th. Which was really cool. It was cool to see the 7th. Like, you rarely ever see a regiment like do something super effective in a battle and then like in the game do something really effective in the battle and then stay in the battle for a long time. Usually, like when you charge artillery like that, it's like a suicide charge. So it's pretty cool to see the 7th like go in like that and just be really crazy. But there you go. That should be it. There we go. Unfortunately, it's not showing the player names, which is a little disappointing. But you can see that, yeah, they were outnumbered, which is weird. This must be the initial part of the battle, I guess. But you can see that the South actually killed more than the Union. But they just didn't have enough troops. They are outnumbered by 1,000, almost exactly. So yeah, that's going to be the Battle of Cedar Mountain, guys. Let's see where the 7th ended up. The 6th, wow. Okay, the 6th Louisiana actually got 331 kills, which is great. But the 7th getting 210, but I believe that they got more valuable kills. Like they did more to affect the battle by charging that artillery piece. We also had the 14th Louisiana stepping up. We also had the 45th Georgia, which is great. A lot of Georgia, middle of the pack. See some Tennessee too. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little historical scenario, and I will see you next time on the battlefield.